our second week wrap up. A couple of things that have really been advantageous for me and Capri. The first thing is her eating through training. So she only gets her meals throughout the day with training. And that's really helped build up better engagement. She's dependent on me for food, and I'm never withholding food. I'm just giving her appropriate opportunities to eat. I'm saying this is when you can eat, and it only happens at this time. And with that, with our markers, I've been trying to create a little bit better clarity of when she's allowed to take food, when she's not allowed to take food. It's the same thing with like when she's allowed to make movements and things like that. So yeah, much better engagement. When we're walking, she's checking in with me. She's much more happy to be around me and do things with me. If you hear whiny noises, that's Mr. Lincoln in the background. He's working on a little bit of separation anxiety, so he's definitely being vocal because I'm not paying all the attention to him. So anyway, another thing that I have been using is a prong collar, which is just the metal collar with the little tines on it. And the reason that I've been using that is because it is just a little bit more information through discomfort, not pain, just a little bit of discomfort that she's quicker to respond to. So instead of her choking herself out with a regular flat collar or blowing me off with the harness or anything like that, she's quicker to respond to it. So I'm able to apply significantly less pressure through the prong collar and have a quicker response. So it's creating a lot of much clearer communication, and it's really helping with that engagement. So instead of her, driving forward to go do other things, when there's a little bit of pressure, good girl, she moves into it and responds quicker, and I'm able to get my message across with her much clearer. So another point in the right direction as far as building engagement. And then you will see random bowls around the room to make the camera follow me. There's a black one over here, and on the place there is a pack of hot dogs, and then this big helmet shaped thing that's a street train. It's got food in it too. So I always have a bunch of booby traps around the room with food, and we've been working on our out command. Hi, good girl. So that paired with different markers is showing her when she's allowed to take food and when she's not allowed to take food. So if we're walking past something and she shows interest in it, I will say the word out, and then mark and reward when she can come take food from me. The food that I have to offer is higher value than the things on the floor. If she continues to investigate them, I will apply a little bit of pressure away from her, or away from the food. And then again, when she moves back into me, I'll reward that. I have created a word or a marker for her to go take food that's away from me. So if I want her to take food from the ground or like a food bowl or whatever, I will tell her to get it, and then out is to move away from it. So I just want to create that language that she knows when her opportunities to take food are versus when she's not allowed to take food. And right now that's just teaching the language between those things, and then later when we get into situations where it's not so controlled, we'll have other tools to kind of help out with that. But right now I want to make sure she knows exactly what I'm telling her or what I'm asking of her when she can have that food. So I'm just going to kind of let her walk around the room with me, and if she kind of looks at food, I'm just going to give her out command, and then as soon as she disengages from it or she just doesn't pay attention to it at all, I'm going to reward that and put more value on what I have to offer. Capri, let's go. Where are you going? It's right there, walking. There we go, good girl. So she looked at it and then immediately looked away. So hopefully the camera can keep following me. So this bucket's got more for kibble. Out. Good girl. So I said out and she moved away, and then we're gonna walk past the out. Good girl, we're gonna walk past the hot dogs. Out. No. Good, there we go. So those were a little more tempting because they're hot dogs. So I did have to say no and apply pressure away from me, or away from it, no big deal. Good girl. Out. Good girl. Sit. Good. So before, I couldn't even move around this. She would just drag and choke herself out to get all of the food, which I'm sure you're familiar with. She would take food from me and all that good stuff. So I have it now where when I have said food present. She's not allowed to have it until I say, okay, and give her her marker to go get it. Same thing with this, get it. Very nice, good girl. And I just let her eat that. So I'm just trying to create a little bit of a language so that she understands what the expectations are. I just think that that was something before that she just was like, I just want food, I like food. And us fussing at her and clapping her hands, it really didn't, she didn't understand that she was necessarily doing anything wrong. She just has a high food drive. This upcoming week, since she has a pretty good base of with all this stuff, I'm gonna start doing things more out and about and working on that leisure activity. She's been out in the yard with all the other dogs this whole time and hasn't had a problem, so I'm thinking maybe that leisure activity is potentially a little bit more of her being over social and wanting to go say hi, or it could just be a little bit of a stress thing when she wants to create space. I'll play around with it and see what I can conjure up with that when I get her out and into more of those situations. It could also just be that she's not like that with me because she's not possessive over me, so at the very least we'll create, again, a language to show her how she's supposed to be on walks, and then when we get together at the end of the training, oh my gosh, your life is so hard, we can go over how to build value in you and kind of how she's supposed to behave around those triggers. So she's doing really good. I'm really happy with how much better she is engaged with me and her response to things. Her first week here, she kind of was like, she just kind of wanted to create her own space, move away from me, and she's much more happy to do things with me. She's playing with me and being silly and frisky and like doing these like the play bows and all that stuff, which I wasn't really seeing the first week. So I'm happy that she's starting to like me a little bit, right, mamas? Yes, because I feed you. I have all the food. Right, so that's her second week. Yeah. Right, say bye-bye.